Hey guys, it's Sophia with Kamikaze Kiwi. With me, as always, is Booth Babe and Ninja Tony. So this review is going to be different. It's actually going to be even worse, like crappier than our regular Fast and Crappy reviews.
And even longer.
No, it's hopefully going to be shorter. So I'm having a lot of problems with YouTube and putting literally anything on YouTube. My videos have completely disappeared. Even stuff that I've done using the YouTube video, like mobile video thing, has not worked out. So I don't know what's going on. Because of that, I'm just trying to get this on the internet. Like, I'm not doing anything fancy. Not that I was super fancy before, but you know. So this is our just as quick, extra crappy review of Thor Ragnarok. And honestly, if ever there was a touch of irony in this being the slapdash thing that just tides us over to the next big review that we're doing, it would be for Thor, because that's exactly what all the Thor movies do. Yeah. So we are going to review this movie in our, well, my favorite style. I guess I lumped him in on this. In my favorite style of a pros and cons list. So the pros, it's super colorful.
Yes, it's very colorful. We're just jumping in? Or no,
we're just cuts? Going in. No,
oh, wow,
no cuts.
Okay, yeah, real fast. I apologize. I just wasted 10 seconds. Yes, it's very colorful and pretty. I liked it. My eyes were very engaged the whole time.
Also, he's a robot without emotion that only recognizes infrared colors.
I wasn't ready, okay? I was expecting a break.
So it is very, very colorful. It's very happy. The music's actually very good.
Yes, they use a few like poppy songs. And then most of it's like synthesized, magical, Flash Gordon.
Very Flash Gordon, which was what we were hoping for, quite frankly. There was a lot of actually kind of Stranger Things feel to it, but again...
I think it's just because it's synthesized.
It's synthesized, but also
80s.
the 80s and things like that. That 80s sci-fi kind of young curiosity thing. Chris Hemsworth looks great with his haircut.
He does. He's a very handsome man.
Mm-hmm. There are a couple of cameos.
I don't know what you're talking about.
There are a couple of cameos.
No one's in this movie except for the normal people who are in the movies.
Are you going to give a good...
Nope.
Also, okay, whatever. Anyways.
Matt Damon's in every movie.
And the humor was great.
It was very good.
It was very
Thor
humorous.
has this thing where he's like just a big old dummy dumb. It's really good.
And Thor has this thing that anytime someone tells him to smile, he just does it.
Yes.
Which kind of doesn't make sense.
Well, I mean, it does now, but like in the first Thor, okay, this is getting not Fast and Crappy. But the first Thor, you know, he's just like, Captain America's like, oh, you're so cute. And she takes a picture and she says, smile. And he goes, it's like, why did he smile?
There's no cameras on Asgard.
But they do some real fun stuff with that.
They do some fun stuff with that. One of the things that I saw in this movie that I haven't seen in any of the previous Thor movies that I'm glad that they incorporated is, oh gosh, I've forgotten the name of his hammer. How embarrassing.
Mjolnir.
Yes.
Mjolnir.
It kind of takes the shape of whatever it needs to. And its normal shape, so to speak, is a hammer, or I guess its usual shape is a hammer, because the idea is that you're honing or you're hammering away the imperfections so that Thor can become a better person, and that person who is worthy, blah, 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 blah.
Ooh,
it's all a metaphor. Well, I mean, it is. It's all a metaphor. It's a sculptor's tool.
They're smashing things.
Definitely. But it's also a sculptor's tool. It's also a carpenter's tool. The point is, it's a tool. It's supposed to help create Thor into a better person. So we don't see very often it take other shapes. In the comic book, it does take other shapes occasionally.
Well, when David What's-His-Face has it, it's like a stick. It's like a walking stick.
So I do like that they did that in this movie. I thought that was very interesting. If you saw the last Marvel movie, the yay, fun ending part had to do with Doctor Strange. Yes, he's in this hot second. And then, I mean, Anthony Hopkins is being his Anthony Hopkins-ness.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of, like, just, like, the best stuff from 80s and 90s cartoons.
Yeah.
Where it's like
a lot of tropes.
People walking very slowly and looking real cool. And like it's just like this is the worst and also the very best.
Jeff Goldblum is Jeff Goldblumiest.
That's Jeff Goldblumiest for sure.
And
Hulk is just the cutest little.
He's adorable.
He's a good green boy.
He is a good green boy in this one. So yeah, Mark Ruffalo, ruffle your feathers low. I love him. He's such a dork, and it's actually pretty good there. I think in general, all of it is good.
Yeah, good comedy, good visuals. Sound was fine.
Which brings us to the cons. It's all just good. There's nothing about it that's great.
There's nothing offensive.
There's nothing offensive. There's nothing that pushes the envelope. There's nothing that really makes you think too terribly much. Marvel's really into daddy issues right now, which of course they go over. Loki, of course, is Loki, and everyone loves him. He really does look like the guy from The Room, though.
Yeah.
Like they did that hard.
Yeah, it's like, for example, Blade Runner 2049, La La Land 2, Electric Boogaloo.
Stop. No one saw that review because YouTube ate it. I don't know.
I still have it in my heart, though. So, it's like there's a story there, and there's theming, and all this other stuff, but Thor Ragnarok is just a fun movie for fun. Why not? Hey, let's have some fun, guys. Let's look at some pretty pictures and
pretty colors.
We can laugh at things.
Interesting
people.
Fun. Humor, good music.
Punch a thing or two. That would be cool. I like when things punch things.
I mean, there's a lot of punchies.
Let's see what's gonna happen if Thor and Hulk fight. I just wonder what that's like. Just get our action figures out and just map it out and see what happens.
That's the whole thing is a bit like a child read all of the comic books and then just took parts of them and played with their action figures. There's a lot of CGI. And I don't necessarily hate CGI. It's definitely not my favorite thing. I am more of a practical effects person. If you watched any of the other reviews, which like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. Supposedly if you put it in the middle of the video, it does better. But I don't care for CGI stuff very much. This is very CGI heavy, particularly the battle scenes. And the battle scenes are pretty cool, but they're also kind of a kid with action figures. And Marvel has been going more and more that way lately in general, and I think it's to really capture that comic book feel that they kind of didn't have for a little while.
I think it's also to prepare us for whatever in the world they're going to do for Infinity War.
Yeah.
Because you can't have a guy just like, I jumped through a window and I threw a shield and that was kind of cool, and then have someone who can like punch a planet apart.
So
like there's gotta be a stepping stone.
They're trying to gradiate the ridiculousness so that eventually we'll just be able to deal with the fact that comics are weird.
Yes.
And we are gonna put it in a movie with humans.
Mm-hmm.
So, but to me, it kind of took away from it. And honestly, there's a lot of lightning, which kind of makes sense in this one, obviously, because God of Lightning, God of Thunder, rather.
Mm-hmm.
But it felt a little, dare I say, Justice League-y. The lightning fights, kind of...
You mean Batman versus Superman?
Well, yes, I'm sorry, yes. Batman versus Superman, Justice League trailer, Wonder Woman, terrible ending, lightning,
Whoa.
Big fight, didn't actually learn anything or get to the actual, substance of a plot. There's not a story. There's a bunch of little stories and they just throw them at you and you just deal.
There could be something there, but they do never quite get there. It wasn't offensive. It's just like, Thor is Thor and he punched something. Hey, that was cool. Hey, Thor did it. He's the winner of all the candy. I don't know what Thor wants. And yeah, it's fine. But there's not like a, well, he really learned something, and by learning something, no, not really,
No. And even all the parts where there could be something like that, where he did learn, and he talks about growing, it doesn't feel like he grew. And also, there's some stuff that is, legit happening in this movie with himself and his family and friends and character and home, and they just kind of breeze right past it.
It feels, you know what it feels like, Sophia?
What?
A comic book.
It does. It feels like a comic book.
Not like a movie.
Not like a movie. And statistically, unfortunately, the Thor movies, in my opinion, are the weakest link of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And a lot of that is because they smush everything all together and they get all the things that you want to see just enough to tide you over until the next Marvel movie. And I feel like this is a part of that. There are, of course, 2 credits, ending credits, post scenes or whatever. One was good, one was whatever. It felt lackluster, actually. So yeah, that's the cons. Can you think of any more cons?
No.
Okay. So now we're going to go to the quick questions. Okay. Music and sound design, yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, actually, I liked it. But it was a bit Guardians of the Galaxy-esque. No. Like using pop songs, but we really like Flash Gordon.
Yeah.
And it's very Flash Gordon-esque, so we like that.
And of course the sound of the hammer for the small amount of time it's in there. It's always very nice.
Yeah. And then, let's see, next is origin story, yes or no? Who knows?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Who knows? Because it's such a mishmash. And you know what? And neither one of us were big Thor comic book readers. I was not a big Hulk comic book reader either. So someone who knows better than us, go down in the comments, smash your keyboard, get mad at us for not doing a good enough review. That's fine. Because I'm kind of curious.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what they put together. It just feels kind of pieced and parsed and smushed.
The whole Thor everything is all messed up because Thor, is it Donald Blake? David Blake? Anyway, Thor has like a...
Avatar?
Not an avatar, I guess a medium in the human world in Midgard, and that's how he gets to Midgard. And that never happened, so that's like a problem, right? And so, yeah. Also, I never really read Thor until after Ragnarok happened. Like in the early 2000s with like, Boysenberries. What's his name? It's like a long name with J's and K's and stuff. Anyway, the Thor guy who was really good, who started Siege. I read all the Siege stuff, but I didn't read anything before that. And so I'm like, I don't know. That sounds right. Sure. Yeah.
Sure. Fine. They do have a couple nods to other things that happen in the comic book. Like whenever Loki turns him into a frog and stuff like that. Loki turns Thor into a frog and things like that. Like, that's pretty funny. But otherwise, I couldn't tell you. It was such a mishmash. Even if there were origin stories, you may only see pieces of it. It's not going to be a cohesive thing. Love story, yes or no?
Is there one?
A little bit, but it's not really. Thor and...
It's more just a friend grouping.
Yeah, it's a friend grouping. But the Hulk does have a crush.
Well, I mean...
The Hulk has a crush, and it's kind of cute.
It is.
But there's not any love, which honestly already makes it one of the best Thor movies, in my opinion.
Faster, crappier. Let's go.
Okay, so do the pros outweigh the cons?
I think so.
I'm on the line. Enough to see in theaters.
Yeah. It's bright and shiny and happy.
Sure. Enough to see more than once. No. No. Mm-mm.
I mean, in
would
theaters, yeah.
Would you watch it in 3D again? We saw it in 3D.
No.
It wasn't bad in 3D. You can tell it was purposely filmed with a lot of 3D parts in mind, so it's not terrible. And honestly, of all the 3D that I've seen lately, it made me the least nauseous. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to say that's good, but I would have actually liked to have seen it not in 3D because you miss so many details. So many things that I thought probably would have been really, really cool.
Yeah, and like if you look away from the screen for 1 second, it's all hazy and fuzzy. I'm so tired, and we still got home real early this time.
I will say the other thing that probably put a little bit of disappointment and damper on us is that we purposely went to an early fan showing and got these little commemorative coins and these lanyards. The coins were kind of cool. The lanyards were super stupid. And we paid too much money for it. The payoff wasn't there. The movie wasn't mind-blowing. And the swag wasn't, like, super cool. Like, I think Marvel has the ability to do better. Like, I don't know. But anyways, all in all, it's a good, solid go see it or don't movie.
Yeah.
if you miss this, you're not going to be missing anything from the cinematic universe. I don't think it took anything away, but I don't think it put anything in. And unfortunately, it's very sad to me because that's kind of the route Thor movies have been going.
Yeah. It's better than Thor the Dark Thor.
Trash Fire is better than Thor the Dark Thor. I don't think that's fair.
Oh, man.
So, and I really hope that they fix it because I think Chris Hemsworth, not showing my Crips.
Well, Blood Hemsworth.
I wish they would give him better material because I don't think he's a bad actor. I think they just don't let him act. Also, there's a Hulk penis joke, and that's gross. Okay, if you want to see more of us doing crappy reviews, saying it's going to be shorter even though it's the same exact freaking amount, guys, we're just bad, okay? If you want to see more nerds with a camera, like, subscribe, all that stuff, or whatever, we're going to be doing Justice League here in a little bit. Hopefully, I can get YouTube to not hate me anymore, and so I can make that video seem like something. Or if you like this format where we're just hollering at a camera and there's not transitions or music or anything, let us know that down in the comments below too. Also, I am really curious for other people who see Thor what they think about the origin because I'm kind of lost. And I will admit I don't care enough to go research it nearly as much as it should be. So that's it for me. You have anything to say to our fine feathered friends? I have a feather thing right now.
I know I'm gonna get reamed on the origin.
You're gonna get reamed on the origin?
Yeah.
That's okay.
Anyway, there's Hulk stuff in there too, so whatever.
There's Hulk stuff in there. Just go see it or don't or whatever.
Hulk was good.